Alright, I'm not gonna waste your time, let's get straight into it. So in this video, I'll tell you about some of the basics I use and a few tricks that help me elevate the sound design of my edits. We're not getting into complicated technical stuff, just simple, effective things that work. If you want your videos to feel more professional, more cinematic, or just more engaging, this is where you start. First and foremost, background music. I can't stress this enough. Background music alone can carry 70% of your sound design. That's how powerful it is. The vibe of your video heavily depends on kind of music you choose. Think of it like this: music sets the mood before your audience even processes what's being said or shown. It gives the video an emotional tone. For example, a cheerful acoustic track will instantly make your content feel light and friendly. On the other hand, a dark ambient track creates mystery or tension. It all depends on the story you're trying to tell. And here's something I always do: I use different background music for different sections of the video, so that way I can control the energy and keep the viewer hooked. One section might need a calm piano in the background, while another needs some fast-paced beats to build excitement. Changing music at the right moment can act like a cue. It tells the audience, hey, something new is happening. That subtle shift keeps things fresh and helps guide their focus. The transitions feel smoother and your video has rhythm. Think of a movie trailer. Notice how they shift music styles midway?
This is the happiest I've ever been. We have got to get out of here.
That's intentional. It marks the tone change, builds intrigue, and keeps the viewer emotionally involved. But background music is only the foundation. On top of that, we add sound effects. These are the little things that make the visuals feel alive. Whether it's a click sound when a button gets pressed, or a swoosh when text slides in, or even the rustle of paper when someone picks it up, these tiny details create realism. And realism is what keeps the viewers immersed. You'll notice in most high-quality videos, nearly every visual movement has some kind of corresponding sound. It's subtle, but it makes a big difference. You might not consciously notice every sound, but your brain definitely does. Even the smallest visual cue can be enhanced with the right sound effects. If an icon pops up, I'll throw in a soft plop sound. If something spins, I might use a spinning gear sound or something digital. It's all about matching what you see with what you hear. That combination is what tricks the brain into thinking the whole thing is, well, real. It also makes the video more engaging to watch because your senses are fully activated. Another way to think about it: if you are watching someone pick up a glass and there's no clink or touch sound, it feels off, even if you can't explain why. Well, that's the role of sound effects. It fills the invisible gap between visuals and emotions. Now, let's talk about one of the most impactful tricks I use: risers and drops. These are essential in any dramatic moment or when you're trying to build tension. A riser is that sound you hear in trailers or suspenseful moments. It starts low and slowly increases in pitch or volume, making the scene feel like it's about to explode. Then, boom, you cut the sound or introduce a drop. That contrast makes the audience feel the impact. Even if what follows is just a title reveal or a camera cut, it feels 10 times more powerful. Why? Well, because you've built anticipation. You've guided the viewer to expect something, and then you delivered. Using risers followed by silence or a sudden impact sound creates emphasis. It grabs attention. It's like when you're listening to music and there's that perfect beat drop. It just hits, you know? The same thing applies here. You're using sound to guide emotion and reaction. This technique can also be used to signal a change in scene or tone. A slow riser before introducing a new section of your video makes the transition feel more important. And don't be afraid to experiment. Sometimes adding a riser to a calm video and dropping into silence can make a point more powerful than a big sound ever could.
Pushing out of orbit. Come on, baby. Killing main engines. Okay, we're out of orbit.
And there are more tools we can use. Two of the most underrated sound effects in editing are whooshes and swooshes. They're not just fancy terms, they mimic the sound of air movement. A swoosh is fast and sharp, often used when something moves quickly across the screen. A whoosh is softer, used for smoother, slower movements. For example, if I have a text sliding in slowly from the side, I'll pair it with a whoosh. If I've got something like a fast zoom in or object flying by, that's when I use a swoosh. These sounds add energy. They give a sense of motion even when the movement on screen is simple. They also help differentiate sections. If your video has a lot of visual transitions, these movement-based sounds provide a sense of continuity. They're like glue that keeps the edit smooth and not jumpy. Think of whooshes like punctuation in writing. Without them, everything might blur together, but with them, you create moments, pauses, shifts, emphasis that help your story breathe. Now, before we go any further, let me share something that's been helping me a lot behind the scenes. You guys know I test editing tools all the time, but figuring out what videos to make next is often the hardest part. That's where NextLev comes in. It's this AI-powered platform that helps you discover the best YouTube niches and topics based on real data, not just guesses or trends. I've been using it to track what creators are doing around editing apps like CapCut and Premiere, and honestly, it's been a game changer. It shows where the real audience demand is before you even start filming. NextLev hooked me up with an exclusive 20% discount for my community. Just use the code or hit the link in the description. If you're serious about growing on YouTube, this tool will help you plan smarter and create content that actually connects. Again, that's NextLev, and you can use my code for 20% off. Okay, now I know what you're thinking. This all sounds great, but how do I find the right sound, right? Do I just keep listening to every sound effects in my folder until one fits? Trust me, I've been there and it is frustrating. I started using a plugin called Premiere Composer. This thing is a cheat code. It lets you preview sound effects inside Premiere Pro itself. No need to drag and drop or switch back and forth. You just click and listen. It saves a ton of time, especially when you're testing 10 to 20 effects for a single scene. Having the right tools makes a huge difference in your workflow, and not just plugins, organizing your sound library is super important too. If you have a folder for risers, one for whooshes, one for UI sounds, one for ambient noise, then you always know where to look. That's how professionals work. They're not just good at picking sounds, they're good at staying organized so they can be fast and efficient during editing. The more systems you build for yourself, the more headspace you free up for creativity. And that's what makes the difference between rushed editing and thoughtful, impactful work. Now, here's something people don't talk about enough. Silence. Yes, actual silence. It's one of the most powerful parts of sound design. Leaving a brief pause, especially after a dramatic moment or before a reveal, gives your audience space to feel something. It lets the moment land. You don't always need background music or constant effects. Sometimes cutting the sound entirely for a second makes the next sound even more impactful. It is silence that makes the sound stand out. When I'm editing an emotional scene or an important message, I'll often bring down the music, mute the effects, and just let the moment breathe. That creates contrast, it creates drama, and then when the sound comes back, it feels fresh again. It's that back and forth between sound and silence what gives your video rhythm. It's just like editing music without using instruments. Even the best music has rests and pauses. Those moments of nothingness give power to everything else. So don't fear silence, use it with intention. Anyway, to sum it all up, sound design is not something you should leave for the end. It's not just decoration, it's part of the storytelling, a very important part. From carefully choosing the right background music to layering in movement-based sound effects, from risers and drops to smooth whooshes and even well-placed silence, every sound choice plays a role. Once you start thinking this way, your videos won't just look good, they will feel right. And remember, don't just think about how to edit. Think about why these things work. Because when you understand the reason behind it all, you can apply it your way. And trust me, your videos will instantly start sounding better, feeling smoother, and engaging more people. Now go create something epic. And this time, make sure it sounds amazing too. Oh yeah, and real quick, I just launched the Discord channel for editors like you. If you're learning, improving, or just love talking edits, this is where I'll be sharing exclusive tips, updates, and connecting with other editors in the community. The link's down below, come join us and let's grow together. Peace.